Welcome back to Asinine Crime. In this episode, we're back in the UK to observe and learn essential law enforcement skills from highly trained, experienced female British police officers. 9:30 p.m., we join a young and enthusiastic constable named Gigi, heading off for a busy night out in the town centre with her slightly overbearing yet always cheerful partner Gemma.
I like working with Gigi on the team. I'd describe her like my best mate at work. Obviously there's a bit of an age gap, she's a bit younger than me, but there's good banter between us. We talk about loads of stuff really, which makes the day go quicker.
Beautiful, yeah, legs, gorgeous legs. Wish I had legs like that. Is that somebody urinating?
Crime in progress. If you are caught urinating in public, you are likely to receive a PND, penalty notice for disorder, under Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986. A fine of 50 to 80 British pounds can be issued, or if an officer just doesn't like you, you may be arrested for indecent exposure under the Sexual Offences Act 2003, meaning you will be legally obligated to inform your employer that you're now a registered sex offender without being allowed to disclose or share any facts about the case, or for the reason why, leading everyone at work to believe you're some kind of deprived, dirty pervert, when all you did was piss up a wall whilst walking home hammered.
Good evening.
Hiya.
Right, is that a toilet?
No, sorry. I'll put my hands up. I'm here, I'm sorry.
People urinating in public obviously is a nuisance, it's disgusting as well. Why are you using the wall as a toilet?
I don't know, I'm sorry. I've had a few drinks tonight. I'm sorry. I'll put my
Okay,
hands up.
all right, I'm definitely not teetotal. I love a San Miguel beer, but I definitely wouldn't get myself to the point where I behave inappropriately.
Now let's watch as we learn from an experienced professional how to deal with public nuisances such as this, and how best to reprimand a citizen to ensure they don't dare repeat the lewd act ever again.
Please don't do it again, all right,
Yeah.
obviously, because people have to clean it
Yeah,
up.
no worries.
All right?
Sorry.
That's all right, get home safe.
All right, thank you.
No problems.
All right, thanks.
It's a definite no to shaking hands.
Amazing. Please don't do it again. Get home safe. Lesson well and truly learnt. After this unforgettable little encounter with local law enforcement, this guy most definitely won't reoffend.
Over half of the Maidstone town centre team are women. A large part of the job is dealing with aggressive men.
You may think that sounds utterly ridiculous, and that they're only hiring so many females to show how politically woke they are. However, if you stop to think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. Females are quicker, smarter, and stronger than men.
I think being a female police officer definitely has its benefits. However, if someone is kind of past that point where you can't engage with them and you're going to have to be hands-on, it can be a disadvantage.
You all right?
I always feel with Gemma, like, completely safe. And I know that if we got into a fight or a scrape with someone, we would be absolutely fine.
Gigi and Gemma are now going to demonstrate the ability to be able to subdue and arrest an intoxicated male without any help from the opposite sex.
You all right?
What's your problem?
What's your name, mate?
Talk to my dad.
No, I'm not going to talk to your dad. You need
Hello,
to go
officer.
home.
Officer, hello. Let him go.
You
Do
need
it
to
now,
go
officer.
home.
Listen to me, bitches. Do you have any idea who I am?
Now you tell me. Well, I'll punch
How
my
dare you lay
jaw
hands on my
out.
boy?
He's crossed the line.
You're under arrest. You just hold.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'm
Hand
not.
behind your back.
I'll punch your
Get
jaw.
down.
Oh, listen, you can't.
Do just hold, fella.
Even though it looks like the lone male officer stuck in the middle is doing all the work, that's just your eyes playing tricks on you. He's actually doing very little, hardly anything. The female officers have this completely under control. In fact, the male officer is just making the job harder and complicating things.
Roll in that one. Hold on to that cuff.
Got it.
No, no, I'm not.
Do just hold,
That's
mate.
it. Get your hand behind your
Yeah,
back.
because you're aggressive.
No, I'm not.
You are?
At the end of the day,
Do just hold. Put your
Put
arm
your
behind your
hand
back.
behind your back.
Do just hold.
Put your hand behind your back.
It's all right.
The man's lying on his arms to stop the cops from cuffing him. So Gigi uses her asp to try and get the man to release his hands.
All right?
Can you hold the cuff?
In gap 904.
Traffic 994. Go ahead of us. There we go. Hold on.
Yeah, can we get another patrol to Jubilee Square, please? We've got one male detained on the floor.
get your hand out.
Non-compliant.
Get your hand out.
fuck about the hand.
Do just hold.
Get your hand out from behind your back.
This man will now be waking up in hospital with a dislocated shoulder as a result of the arresting officer not having enough strength to pull a drunk man's arm backwards without resorting to using a tactical defense weapon as leverage. This is a good thing, as the man will be in pain for weeks, giving him ample time to reflect on his mistakes and let sink in what happens to you if you ever dare cross law enforcement.
This is last warning.
Just trying to get his hands.
You may have noticed another undercover male officer sneakily jump in and intervene, and although this action successfully restrained the man by giving the other male police officer the time needed to safely handcuff the subject, and without need of a hospital visit, again this is all beside the point. The two female officers had this covered and will be receiving full credit for this bust, proving once and for all to the UK tax-paying public that diversity hiring works. Just like Gigi said, when she's with Gemma there's nothing they can't handle. You'll never get a strong, empowered woman like Gigi admit to needing a man.
There are always going to be people that are bigger than you as a female, and sometimes you are grateful when your huge male colleague comes around the corner.
Right, we did not want to have to use force on you, and you have not helped the situation, have you?
I'm trying to walk home.
No, you ain't, mate. You're abusive, aggressive, and made a threat to assault us as well.
One male arrest for drunk and disorderly, they're non-compliant.
You need to stop, all right? Stop fighting with us, and this will be much easier.
And there you have it, a perfect example of what an arrest looks like whilst being performed by two female police officers. Just ignore the men, okay?